Hey everyone, welcome back to Behind Borders with Dinesh Magnet. So, before we dive deeper, let's address something important what we have been done with Model 1 and Model 2. Um, why we are spending so much time on strategies and framework instead of just jumping straight into tools. Well, let me ask you this what happens when a specific tool becomes outdated? You know why I'm raising this question because if I'm more concentrating this course on teaching you tools, you know, in this era, there are a lot of tools coming every day, every second actually. So, when you are faced with a platform you have never been used, or if you limit your knowledge within some tools, for example, if you chosen and practiced design in adapt can adapt something like that, adapt short Photoshop something like that, okay, and you been seeing that Canva is ruling the design world, so it's easy to implement, it's easy to learn. If you stick with adapt and you don't want to adapt to Canva, then you are going to lose the game. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that think about tools like a map. They guide you through a specific route, but frameworks teach you how to navigate without a map. Actually, framework give you the ability to think, plan and create solution from scratch even when the tools changes or don't exist. Our goal is to make you resilient, independent, and capable of thriving in the digital world, no matter what challenges or changes come your way. Mastering frameworks and strategies is like learning the rules of the game. Tools will always come and go, but the ability to think strategically, that's your ultimate superpower, and it's our ultimate aim to teach you that way of thinking and mindset. So, as we move forward, let's focus on building that solid foundation, a foundation that ensure you are not just learning for today but preparing for a lifetime of success in the digital economy. So, welcome to Model 3 Building Your Digital Home. So, digital home means, hope you all already guessed, it's about having a space in the digital medium, and of course it's not social media platforms, it's about having your own space. So hope you all guessed, it's about having your own website. So it's something, imagine having a space that entirely yours in the vast digital universe, a place that reflects your brand, build trust and works for you 24 into 7. That's your digital home. Today we will discuss why it's a foundation of any digital marketing journey. Why a digital home is essential. So you guys may think that in this era we have lot of platforms which are actively having lot of users, for example Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat and YouTube. So these platforms already have lot of users, and you all have a thought process of okay, we will create a profile there and we going to attract those users to your space. Yes, of course it is a strategical well defined idea, but think if suddenly the Instagram changes its algorithm and your audiences, so your target audiences, not just your followers, your target audience may not find your videos or photos in their feed, then how they going to find you? And without finding you or bringing awareness about yourself, do you think they going to come into your page and follow you? It's not going to happen, right? It's going to affect your traffic. So eventually you end up with losing your space, and maybe you hold the past followers. And you all know that it's not about holding the followers, it's about you need to grow every day, every second. That's how you will grow and you can give a exact value to your followers. So think website is something like having your own space, own digital home, there is no control or ownership by the company owners like Instagram or Facebook owners. It's under your full control. You can create any number of pages. You can increase your website traffic through well done SEO keywords or more blogs. It's all about your effort. So the website traffic is totally reflected on the hard work or strategic work you done for your website. So it's free from algorithm, so you don't going to lose the your audience. And people generally trust businesses and individuals with websites more than just having a social media page like LinkedIn. Yes, of course it's professional, but still they want to know more detail about you. So we will see some of the essential things which make a difference between having space in social media and having your own space as a website. So one of the main factor in why we want to have digital home is to generate leads. So your audience never get distracted. They will be in your website and they will understand your values totally, services totally. They may try to inquire something through your contact page, or they can try to get some connection, like as I already mentioned, like booking slot with you, like one-on-one meeting. So ultimately you will receive their details, like capturing emails, or maybe end up with sometime receiving phone numbers also. So a simple landing page with a free resource can generate hundreds of leads, which really make you good money also, and good followers also. So as they are engaged, and I think more than your social media followers, these people's really engaged with you, and these people going to become your community, and eventually you made a community where you going to give them value, and they give going to give back the value in case of money or some other value type. So, as I already mentioned, there is a big difference between having a space in social media platforms and having a space in website, having your own space. You know why? Because people in social media tends to follow at least 3 to 5 peoples in your same niche, so they have a mindset of going back and forward within your content and also with other contents. So they are not going to stick with a single page. They're going to get some points from some other pages and from your pages also. Maybe sometime they will succeed, or else sometimes they mix all these strategies together and they end up nothing. So they are not actually getting what you are doing. But if you are having a website, they are the real audience, because they eventually clicked on your link. Of course we going to place our links on the social media, and if the audience is really getting more engagement from your side, and they think you are worth enough in the field, or what they are expecting, so they come to your website and try to understand totally about you and your services, and try to contact you. So some of the essential pages you should have in your website is home, about us, and services you offering, and contact page, so they can contact you directly. And blogs, it's optional, but as a digital marketer it's needed, because the blogs you creating makes sense. It's act like a free resources, helping people to understand the solution for their problems. Eventually they get trust on your works, and they believe that you have some capabilities, and land on your websites, and eventually it may become a lead. Later they can join your community. So define your purpose. A website can be a portfolio or e-commerce store. You can sell digital products or physical products. It can be only blog. For example, a simple example, a fitness coach may need a portfolio site with booking capabilities. The audience may be looking for a fitness training, so they land into his or her website. They see their certifications in the fitness industry, and they see whether they are really eligible and they have a past experience, they have a proper license, they may be posted some testimonials which may bring some trust, and eventually sometimes they end up booking a call or directly booking a class with the fitness coach. So you need to decide what kind of website and what is the purpose of website in order to create for your own target audience. So you can choose your name itself as your website name, or else you can have some other name which will reflect your goal perfectly. So hope you understand that website is very important more than just having a space in social media. Your digital home is the foundation of your online presence. So in the next part, we will dive into the step-by-step process of creating a website that works for you. Steps to create a website for beginners. So why I'm mentioning beginners? So in order to create a website, you can learn HTML, CSS, Java and code and get a website. Or else you can choose a platform like WordPress, which is flexible and widely used by even large companies. Building a website might seem intimidating, but doesn't have to be. Let's break it down into simple steps so that by the end of this session, you will know exactly how to set up your first website. Initially, you need to choose the platform. As I already mentioned, you can choose WordPress or Wix. So I recommend WordPress for you guys. And if you want to sell something, you can choose online stores like Shopify, or else still you can use WordPress, where you can use plugins like WooCommerce in order to make the website like a e-commerce platform. So building a website is something about you need to understand the purpose, then choose the right platform and choose the type. So here's the step-by-step guide to create your own website, maybe less than 2 minutes also. I just let you know before knowing this trick. I want to make you guys to understand the general steps to in order to create a website. So initially you need to choose a domain and a hosting. So domain is something about the name of the website, for example google.com or gmail.com or twitter.com is something about giving a name for your company in the digital space. So it should show your personal branding, or it sometimes can show your company name. So hosting is something about in digital space you need to store all your data somewhere else in the net. So hosting act as a storage part. So even you are not technical guys, hope you understand that it's about once you create a website, you need to store all this data in a particular space. So for that you need a hosting. So we need to choose what kind of domain, and in the phase 2 of the training I'm of course going to tell you where you can buy the domain and how to buy the domain. So initially in this phase you're going to have the outline of everything. So initially you need to choose what's your domain name, and for example it can be Sai. Your name is Sai, so saidigital.com. So you can choose some name something like this, and you need to choose a website platform. As I already mentioned, you can choose WordPress, and once you choose WordPress, it's about you need to choose themes, and you need to add essential plugins, and later you need to create pages, and I will teach you all these technical things in the phase 2. So right now your work is to choose a domain, and hope you understand. After choosing a domain, it's about hosting it, and choosing a platform like WordPress and start working on it. So coming to part 3, as I already mentioned in the part 2, I just show you the outline of domain, hosting and WordPress, themes, plugins, and I'm sure that you guys won't understand what it exactly means until you do a practical work in the WordPress. And as I already mentioned, this will be clearly explained with a video tutorial of the screen recorded by myself with the strategies in the phase 2. So in this model, the part 3, this part is very important. So before going dive into creating a real website, we're going to have some rough idea of what is website and how to create it and all these things here. So in this part 3, we're going to see pre-design planning your website using Canva or Figma. Before we jump into creating your website on WordPress, let's take a step back and focus on the foundation designing your website. A clear design plan ensures your site is functional, visually appealing and aligned with your goals. Why pre-design matters? In order to avoid trial and error on WordPress, designing on Canva or Figma first helps avoid wasting time on WordPress. Visualize before you build. It's easier to make changes in pre-designed tool than on a live site. It's something about, for example, you taking a paper and drawing your own website and writing your own content and placing your image what you think of placing in the in your WordPress website. So making all this in a blank white paper is very easy, but making all this happen in a WordPress platform isn't that much easy for a non-tech person or even a technical person who doesn't have the knowledge about WordPress. So initially what we do, we will use Canva or Figma in order to understand what kind of website we going to create it. So we going to explore the colors, fonts and test where we going to place it and how we going to navigate to each pages. So all these things we going to try in the pre-design. How to pre-design using Canva or Figma? So I'm not going to teach you anything myself, and as I already told you, I'm going to leave it to yourself. There are a lot of video tutorials showing how to use Canva or Figma in order to create your pre-design of your website. We can call it as website mockup. So my preference to you guys, please select Figma. Go through a YouTube video tutorial how to make a website in Figma. Don't go for how to make a website in Figma and later how to convert it into WordPress or how to make in WordPress. So I'm going to teach you in the phase 2 exactly how to build a perfect website in WordPress step by step video tutorials. So don't waste on seeing those tutorials. You may think why we want to wait for that tutorial, because simple tools, simple strategy, navigating between the tools and its feature is it a general idea. But what I'm going to teach you in the phase 2 in a WordPress, it's about something beyond just tools and features of the WordPress. It's about placing proper things on the pages, creating proper pages, and how to place content, how to use images, what kind of colors, how to create call to action, how to convert a visitor into your lead. All these things we going to see on the phase 2 on the technical phase. So right now in the pre-design using Figma, what you want to do is try to go to a video tutorial which teach how to do create website in Figma. So eventually it will going to teach you the basics of frames, for example whether it is a desktop website or mobile friendly website, and how to place things, how to create pages, how to do designs, how to navigate between pages, how to create buttons. All the things will be um, teached or shown in those tutorials. Okay, guys, we come to the part 4. Before diving deep into part 4 of designing like a pro, creating high impact visuals, we want to discuss something about part 2 and part 3, where we discussed about we going to create website, but not right now. It will be continued in the phase 2 of the model 3, where we will be having a clear video of screen recorded of myself creating a WordPress site for you guys, and going to tell all the strategical works which going to give you ultimate result and going to fulfill the purpose of having the website. But before that, we of course going to see some of the video tutorials of Figma, how to make website, and we going to make a website. So in order to make a website in Figma, we have attached the assignment which will clearly let you know after seeing the video tutorials how you going to design your own website in the Figma. Okay, now we just jump into designing like a pro, creating high impact visuals. See, whether you creating a website in WordPress or you coding a website, it's all about the look. So the visuals can't be done directly on WordPress or in the coding. Yes, of course you can make, but we have all the supporting platforms like Canva or some other design tools which will eventually help us to create high impact visuals, because website designs can make or break a visitor's experience. So we will learn how to create visuals that grab attention and build trust. So hope you understand website is not about just the content, it's also about the visual which will make your audience to understand this site is really having some valuable insights, so we can continue to go through the site. So principles of effective design is something about keep it simple and using high quality images. Maybe you can use Unsplash or pixels to in order to download free stock photos, and even in Canvas you can find out some of the photos which can be used in your own website. So why I mentioned Canva and Figma in the part 2 and part 3, because these design tools make you like a pro. You don't want to even a pro designer, you just want to select some of the designs or designing elements which is already in inside the Canva or Figma. You just want to bring it and drag it and paste it on the frames where you are working in, and you can create easy logos in the Canva pages. And as I already mentioned, you can just drag and drop and create your own website in Figma itself. So some of the tools I want to mention you in order to create a stunning high impact visuals. So you can use Canva, Figma, and remove.bg in order to remove background from images instantly. And you can download high quality images from Unsplash and Pixels. As like Figma, you can also create a banner for your websites using Canva also, where you can find photos, elements, even templates which will match to your website goal. So using all these tools we have mentioned in the part 4, you can create a stunning visuals without having a professional editing techniques. So hope you guys understand it's about having a website that will act as a face of your brand. By combining design, functionality and strategy, you will create a digital home that stands out. Keep experimenting and improving. It's your space to shine. So it's not about you created a website and you should follow with the website for rest of your life. It's about every day you can create different pages, you can try different images, you can change pages according to your purpose or goal of the website. Sometimes your services may expand or shrink. Sometimes you can add blogs on the trending topic. Sometimes you can design totally with a different style in order to satisfy your target audience. They may change with your design taste. So it's about consistently experimenting and improving your design and creating your own space in your digital space. So we come to the end of the model 3. So in the model 3, consider this as the phase 1. Here we just allowing you to kindly go through the video tutorial of Figma, how to make a website design, not a website totally, it's about a website design. And you guys going to experiment the tools like Canva, Figma, remove.bg, and some of the free stock images sites like Petzl and Unsplash. And it's this phrase will act as a experimental space, so we're not going to give anything directly. Like as we already mentioned, you're going to search for the tools, learn the tools by yourself, and experiment these tools. And end of this phase, we're going to attach an assignment mentioning what kind of website you should create in the Figma, and what kind of designs you should create in Canva and other tools. And with the combination, you're going to share the assignments once you finish. And the deadline and the timeline for the submission of assignment is this Thursday. So Thursday you will be receiving the phase 2 video of how to create a website step by step in WordPress, and I'm going to involve all my real-time strategies which eventually going to support your purpose of creating website, and you going to have your own digital home from Thursday. So well, after you going through the phase 2 and creating your own website, of course you're going to have so many doubts, because this model you're going to try something very technically. So don't hesitate to send us mail in case you need any emergency or support. So don't just wait for the Q&A section of Saturday. You can ask n number of questions and support from our support team. Just write a mail to our tech@dhtmagnet.com and get the support instantly. All the best. Use the phase 1 to experiment what is Figma, what is all these tools, and how you going to create a purposeful website design. And it's almost like you trying and experimenting in the phase, and wait for the phase 2. And once, make sure you should have a proper website design before jumping into the phase 2, which is going to be released on Thursday. Because once you have the design in your hand, it's very easy to make a website in WordPress, because that time you don't want to create what kind of contents you want to do, you don't want to collect images, you don't want to think about what type of pages I want to create. So everything you should be done within the phase 1 in the experiment. So hope more than these videos you're going to get more clarity on the assignment page. So don't hesitate to reach us anytime. All the best once again. Wait for the phase 2 video tutorial, and also wait for the Q&A section. All the best, do well. And as this is your first technical module, make sure once again you really putting all your efforts and creativity. All the best. See you guys.